guys, I just thought I would pop on because I have been watching another YouTube channel, and I actually follow this creator on Instagram as well. Her name is Megan Whisner-Quinlan. And she makes some really, really cool stuff. She participates in fodder school, which I have not had a chance to participate in yet. But she teaches a class for fodder school, and I follow a lot of her content on Instagram. But she does a thing called What's in the Bin, and she'll take what's in her trash can and she'll create something kind of as a challenge to herself, just to see what she can make with some things that she is restricted by. Just being restricted to what's in your trash can. So I thought I might do that really quickly today. Luckily, my trash can is overflowing, and you can see here I have a bunch of stuff to work with, but I don't know what all I can use. So I'm just going to pull this all out. Dare I dump it on my desk, my already filthy desk. Okay. And we're going to try to create something out of all this stuff. So I have some pieces of paper, which really I shouldn't have thrown away. A lot of times I will keep these things, but I think I knew I might try to do this challenge. So I have things like this that I might be able to use as layers. And then I got some new stencils. I got a Dina Wakely stencil. Actually, I think I got 2 of her stencils this week. And I got a stencil from Julie Fayfan Balzer. I love her stuff as well. So there may be something on here that I can use. I'm going to kind of try to sort this. I have some cardboard, which I love to use cardboard, but these are kind of odd-shaped pieces of cardboard, so it might be that I can stack something. I have some tags. I love this tag. Some tags. My fiance will buy clothes and he'll just toss the tags in the trash. And this would be a perfect tag to use, actually, because it's kind of craft paper. And then I got this. This was in a package that was sent to me by a friend, a follower here on YouTube. And this is cardboard, so I could probably use this. It's a shame that the flower was down here where it could have been used. And then I have these little teeny scraps of painted paper. Some little pieces. I don't know how that ended up in the trash, actually. I usually use up stuff like that. Some tissue that's been stamped, or not stamped, but painted. So I could probably definitely use those things. Another tag, a tiny tag. This I think I can probably use creatively. This is paint that I peeled off my brayer. I am terrible about cleaning off my brayer when I'm jelly printing, and I've probably said before that I am doing the jelly print March challenge, printing challenge right now. So I'll probably use some of that. I probably won't be able to use that plastic. I'll toss that back in. I'm just going to start taking pieces out. Tissue paper. I can always use little pieces of tissue paper, especially on such a little thing. I've got some little images here on the tape, the washi tape, and then I could make something out of that. Lots of little tiny pieces here. Oh, here's the other stencil. I got this mask and stencil I'm going to be playing with pretty soon. And I like these colors here. I like the little face. I might be able to use that. And then this was a big stencil, but there's some patterns here, some faces that I might be able to use. So I think I'll probably cut some of this stuff out to use in other ways. And then I have more paper. I think I could probably use, there's some pattern here, so I could probably use those. I might be able to paint on top of some of this. And then I was really confused. I don't remember what this came in. This is like a piece of foam. Not foam. It's like felted insert for something. And I don't remember. This must have come in my fiance's hat that he bought over the weekend. And this tag was from the hat. So I don't know. Maybe I can use this. I could probably use pieces of this. Maybe stamp it or cut it into shapes. We'll see. We'll see what we come up with. Okay, and then I have all these tiny scraps, which I'm gonna just kind of scoop those into a ball. I have lots of like paint, dried paint in my trash can. So what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna start with this little tag, and instead of using the plain back, I'm gonna cover this Russell Athletic thing here. And I have my soft gel mat. I'm gonna probably be using that. Let's pull some, you know, I'm really interested in using some of this paint. I don't know, I'll probably have to cut it up, but I think that's super interesting. Just in general, I love playing with dried paint. I don't do it very often in my art, but I should because I have tons of it, especially, like I said, when I'm jelly printing. I have a lot that comes off. Sometimes if I forget to wash my brayer at night, and there are times where that happens, I will have these big giant peels that will come off once they've dried. And they're really interesting because they're just mixes of color, and they're things you can manipulate. I follow some artists that actually use dried paint, their remnants, they seal it in resin, I believe, and they make some really cool stuff out of it. So clearly other people enjoy dried paint as well, because there are people who buy that. So I think I'll play with these pieces of dried paint first. I may, I'm going to try to make this a short video for you, but sometimes when I get to playing, I forget about the time. So we're going to see, maybe I should do something like, oh, I like that. It's kind of like a mountain range. Okay, I like that. That gets us started. And I'm gonna have to, I always soak my brush, my glue brush at night, because I'm terrible about letting the bristles get really, really messed up before I toss them. I know you can clean to some extent with, somebody said Murphy's Oil soap. I've never tried to clean my brushes that way, and I might need to try that. Okay, so that's laying pretty flat. I'm surprised that that's laying pretty flat. I hope that that stays. I am going to put a layer on top of it so that it wants to seal to the surface. Okay, and then I think I'll let that dry before I try cutting off the edge. But I definitely want to see what's going to go good with that. That little piece is interesting. Let's cut some of this trim off of these. And actually, it might be easier for me to make clean lines with my cutter. So I'm going to try that. Aha, clean lines. We love it. All right, so I'm going to do this really quick. And I'm sure this is going to be very boring to watch. If I can figure out how to speed up my video, I will do that. I am well aware this is off the camera. This is a nice thick strip of color, so I try to use everything, but like I said, I knew I would probably be trying this little challenge. So things that I wouldn't have normally kept necessarily, or wouldn't have normally thrown away, rather, I ended up keeping and putting in the trash. I'm going to put that over here. I think I want to cut out this little Dina Wakley face. Do I want to cut it or do I want to tear it? Let's tear it first. And if I don't like the tearing, I can definitely do something. Okay, so I do like that. I think I like that better than... I'm not a person that loves straight edges when I'm collaging. I don't know why that is. Is anybody else like that? Has to have like the torn edge effect. I am definitely one of those people that needs this torn edge because it just feels too forced when I do like cut edges. I don't know. But anyway, there we go. Okay, we've got a little face. Now, she's a little stark right now. I think I need to use some, maybe some Distress ink on the edges, but I don't know if I want to make it look brown. I think I should do a bright color, actually. I've been using Stormy Sky a lot, this blue color, and it has a magnet on the front of it because I have metal signs on my wall here that hold my Distress ink. So I have, it goes up against the wall, and then I can see, I have a little swatch on the back so I can see what color it is. So I've been playing with this color because I really like it. Let's see if this is maybe a better thing to kind of knock down that starkness. I may want to tear off a little bit more. I'm trying not to take quite so long doing this, but you know, when I get into art making, I just start getting sucked in. So if I see that the time is getting a little too much on this video, I may break it up into clips because I know people don't always have time for a 45-minute video, especially when it's something like this. This is just an idea that I was watching and decided I wanted to do because it's always good to challenge yourself. It really does, I think, make you more creative when you have kind of a restriction on what you're able to use, or when you have a prompt or something. Okay, so that looks a little bit better than it did a second ago. So I'm going to go with that and put my ink back. Okay, and this feels pretty dry, so I'm going to trim it now. I always like to leave the back plain if I can, so that I can journal on it if I want to use it. And I don't know, does she go with this? I don't know if she really goes with this, honestly. It's a little bright. So we're going to put her aside just for a minute. And I think I am going to put some tissue on top, or I could put more paint. No. What to do? That's kind of interesting, actually. Do we have any color that we like more than others? This is kind of interesting. This green. Kind of goes along with this green. It's pulling that green in there. And then maybe some, I kind of like that. Okay, let's go with that. Again, this is all stuff that most people would throw away. I don't always throw this stuff away. I try to keep everything that I possibly can because I'm a hoarder. An art hoarder. I suffer from art hoarding. But I don't really suffer from it because I enjoy it so much. So I keep a lot of this stuff, but this is stuff over the past few days that I threw away knowing, I would probably reuse it. I would probably dig it out of the trash at some point for this project. So not cheating because most people would throw it away. I have been finding it hard to throw anything away since I started doing any mixed media, any junk journaling, anything. I've found it really, really hard to throw anything away just because I know like, oh, I could use this for this, or even if I'm not going to use it today, I know I can use it at some point. And it gets hard to throw things away when you know you can use it or you know how you want to use it. You just maybe don't have time to do all of it at that moment, And so I've been really enjoying playing with tissue paper and painting or stamping and then layering with tissue paper. That right now is my jam. I've been doing, like I said, a lot of jelly printing. I'm trying to smooth those bubbles out. I've been doing a lot of jelly printing because of the jelly printing challenge. And so I have all these scraps of paper that are jelly prints, and now I've got to find a way to use them up. So this is one way. Any scraps that I have, little tiny scraps, and then that's kind of pretty. So I have another little piece of tissue paper that has been torn off of I kind of like that little addition down there. Maybe not all the way across. So let's put that in. And I do feel like I need a grounding figure here, like something that really is the theme of this tag. I don't know if it's a person. I don't know if it's a floral. If it's a floral, I'll have to stamp, or maybe I could paint it on here. I don't know. Maybe I'll draw it on. Okay, I do like that extra green at the bottom. This just helps to blend kind of the... So here's what I've got so far. And that's something that, probably wouldn't have gotten made if I didn't attempt to do this. So that's kind of interesting. I'm going to let that sit for a second and try to figure out a grounding figure here. So let's see. Do we have an image on any of these? And I don't necessarily want to use the whole image because I'm really strange about that. I don't, I think because I've just always been taught, you don't want to steal other people's images. You don't want to use other people's images in their entirety. It's one thing to take an element out of an image and use it in your own image, but, I can, these were on the back. I can take parts here and maybe play with those. I still have that foamy, felty piece here. What else do we have here? Okay, blank paper. And, oh, I do have the washi tape. And that's really cute, actually. And then I think I was throwing this away. Oh, okay. So I have this feather. I think I was throwing it away because it was half the feather, but I'm seeing now that I've removed the washi tape that it's a full feather. And this came from the second box that Valerie sent me. So I may play with this because I like how it's not stark white. And I like that it's kind of more muted. I'm just going to tear around it here so that I get kind of a torn effect on the edge. Okay, so this is what I have. I don't know if we can see it very well, but I'm going to see if I can put this somewhere where it makes sense. I actually do kind of like it right there. That's pretty. And I think it might also be kind of cool to use that distress ink again to kind of add a little bit of color to it. So I might pull my, you know, I have a lot of greens and blues in this tag, so it might be interesting to pull another color. I have this evergreen bough, and I don't use this a lot because I haven't had a reason to use it yet. I haven't had an excuse to use it. So let's try this evergreen bough on just on the edges of this feather. Ooh, yeah, I love I love that color. It's almost like an emerald type color to me. Maybe a little darker than emerald, but it is it's such a pretty color, and it's a color that I use paint wise. But it's not a color that I use when I'm trying to like age things that I'm putting in my junk journal. I use the frayed burlap a lot, and I use the walnut stain a lot. Those are ones I probably will invest in bigger pads. I just got these sampler packs so I can play with colors and not have quite so much to overwhelm me. Okay. That is much better. Much, much better. Okay. And I think that's going to go really nicely on that tag. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Sometimes I put it on the back of things, and sometimes I just put it on the tag itself or on the paper itself. I think with this one, because I wasn't exactly sure of the placement, I kind of put it on the back of the feather instead. But I'm going to cover this up so that it's one big giant silky slidey piece here. Okay, that's where we are, and I honestly think that that's good. I may make a bigger hole here and put maybe a rivet in it. I'll put a picture of what I've done with it when it's completed. But I just thought this was a cool little challenge. I may make another one here. And I think I will split that into a second video so that this video isn't too long. But this is what I've come up with out of my garbage can. So pretty cool challenge. I think if you are interested in doing the challenge, she's asking you to use a hashtag so that she can see what you're creating. I'm going to link her video in the description below so that you can visit that video. I think she has 4, maybe 5 of the What's in the Bin challenges up where she's doing different stuff out of her trash can. So go watch some of her videos because I think you'll get some good ideas of what to do when you get your trash can overflowing and you want to start making something out of it. Like I said, look for part 2 where I'm making something else out of all this trash that I have. And if you enjoyed this, hit the like button, comment below, and let me know that you like this content, and I'll continue to make little videos like this that are bite-sized. Happy crafting!